Time to get to the forecast, everybody. It's a cold one for this evening and overnight. I think a lot of us actually probably went outside earlier today, and a little bit of a wake-up call that it can still get cold. And yeah, it's been a mild, cool season, cold season thus far. When I say cold season, I'm really referring to, anytime it starts feeling chilly around here, and that would be probably at some point late October, early November, and then stretching, depending on the year, well into April. We've had some cool springs, especially the early half to springs. It seems like going back the past 5 to 10 years. We'll see how it plays out as we go forward. Haven't dealt with really much of anything that we can complain about here through this first half or this first quarter of the cold season. Partly cloudy skies, 26 degrees at 7 o'clock. We're falling back. As I've mentioned on these weathercasts over the past couple of hours, it's going to be interesting to see just how quickly these numbers do backpedal, because there are some areas where there's more clouds around. Yes, the lakeshore will be mostly cloudy overnight tonight, but you get inland and we've got a typical phenomenon going on where you can start to see those low clouds at least break up, if not clear out in certain locales. And where they do clear out for stretches of time, these numbers can start to fall. We've got an atmosphere primed to get chilly overnight tonight, going with a low of 20 degrees in Grand Rapids. How about 0 in Grand Forks, -2 in International Falls? So Canada has loaded up with a lot cooler air, a lot colder air than what we saw about a week ago plus. And we've got temperatures down around -30. Look at this in Yellowknife. Yeah, that's a pretty cold reservoir of air. We brought it across the poles. You recall last week when I was showing that chart, we didn't have a whole lot of cold air up in Canada, but things have changed. So when you've got it nearby now, if you've got the right pattern with northerly flow, you can bring down some chillier times. That's what we've got right now. Again, not Arctic. We can't complain too much. Only several degrees below normal for this time of year. The average at 35. These temperatures across the northern sections in the lower 20s. Big Rapids, get ready. I think you're falling into the upper single digits overnight tonight with some snow on the ground. That just aids, that contributes to readings falling off. When you get winds to lighten up, they've been breezy today, they're going to go light, even calm for the overnight, and that'll set the stage with these clearing skies, or at least partially clearing skies, for the mercury to plummet. Further southward, upper 20s near Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, southward to Coldwater, sections like that. Three Rivers, about 28, 29 degrees. Northwest winds have come down, only around 10 miles per hour at this point, and that trend will continue through the late evening and overnight. Feels like temperatures in the mid to upper teens. Those will improve, though. Those will not just continue to drop off with the actual temperatures, because as I'm mentioning, the winds are going to be very light. So that's some good news as you step outside early tomorrow morning. Cold temps tonight, as we talked about. Still chilly through this 7-day. It's not going to be real balmy or anything, but just not real cold. And we don't have any big systems on the board expected to come in here to deposit the snow that would help to maybe give us this chance for a white Christmas. The two factors working against us. It looks like we're starting to get milder again this coming weekend and into next week. And also the storm track just not close enough. We don't have any systems on a trajectory for us based on the recent runs of the models over the next 7 to 10 days. We'll see if something changes. Big system, though. Having said that, running up the East Coast, that could deposit a 12 to 15-inch kind of a snow band. Just looked at the National Weather Service statement with that winter storm watch in New York City, obviously the biggest city in America, and they're calling for 8 to 14 inches. That would be late on Wednesday into early Thursday. And why would that be? You don't see it initially, but this system, disturbance coming out of the southern Rockies, that'll ride down across the southern states, start to pick up some Gulf of Mexico moisture, and then begin to wrap in some Atlantic moisture. Not really sure if you can call this a nor'easter, because some of New England here is going to miss out, but the mid-Atlantic and southern New England gets plastered with a foot plus of snow. How about that? Not here, Annie. We're looking good. In fact, temperatures, as I mentioned, start to rebound Friday, Saturday. We could be near 40 early next week. You see those little precip echoes in there? That's just a drop or a flake. No big systems through the weekend.
All right, Anthony, thank you. Police are